Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about something really easy that you can do to increase the accessibility of videos or video conferencing in general, and that is captions or captioning. First, a bit of lexicon. So we have captions and we have subtitles. Captions is when you transcribe what people are saying, typically in text at the bottom of the screen. Subtitles is when captions are translated into another language. Then you have open captions and closed captions. The captions you are seeing in this video, the ones that are animated, are called open captions, which means that they are burnt into the video and they cannot be turned off. Closed captions can be turned on or off at the request of the viewer. You might also notice that some of your favorite video conferencing software have an automated caption function. You could even have a human captioner transcribe the conversation that is happening for a more accurate transcript. A transcript is the full text that is contained within a video. In education, it can be very useful for students to have a full transcript alongside with the video that you have assigned for them to watch. The interesting thing about captions and accessibility here is that I'm specifically recommending it for the benefit of deaf and hard of hearing people, but you will notice that it will benefit a much wider group of people, including people who don't speak English natively, people who are working in a noisy environment or are distracted somehow. There's quite a big proportion of people who rely on captions when watching videos online or on streaming platforms. So what are some of the best practices for captioning? If you are captioning a video, please make sure that your captions are as closely aligned as possible as the time at which the words are being spoken. The second best practice is to go back and check and make sure that the captions are correctly reflecting what is being said. Every now and then, automated caption software can fail us. It does not recognize foreign words, or it confuses words that sound alike. It is of great service to deaf people, people who are hard of hearing, and anyone who watches with the captions on to go and check that the automated captions are correct. When captioning videos, the best practice is that you should limit the text to 2 lines and 42 characters per line maximum. Make sure that the captions are not covering up important information. Make sure that there is enough contrast between the text and the background. For my captioning, I have 2 tools I can use. I can generate a .srt file or a subtitle file using a tool like otter.ai, for example, or I can auto-generate captions with the video editing tool I'm using right now. These would be open captions, meaning you cannot turn them off, but I make them bigger than the regular captions, and it does this really cool thing where the text changes color on each word. It's quite good at grabbing people's attention, and it reminds me a bit of those Disney sing-alongs, with Mickey's head jumping from one word to another. Zoom and Teams make it very easy for you to make captions available for those joining the call. Understand that the automated captions on Teams and Zoom are not 100% accurate. On Teams, the users can even turn on the captions by themselves without requiring assistance from the host of the call. But on Zoom, you might need to go into your settings and make sure that you have closed captions enabled and that you turn them on during the call. This is an example of a chat message I would share with the participants on a call to explain to them how they can manipulate the captions to be in the right size, in the right position that they need them for, or to turn them off completely if it is a distraction to them. Zoom has now started making their captioning system available in more languages than just English, which is great news for me as I often host calls in French and Spanish. Finally, understand that the captions take a bit of time to generate. Between the moment you finish a sentence and the time the software is done captioning that sentence, there could be a few extra seconds for the people relying on these captions to catch up with what you have said. So, to recap the recommendations, when you are captioning video, make sure to follow these rules. When you're hosting video calls on Zoom and Teams, have a look at these best practices. Captions will cost you virtually nothing and provide such a great accessibility improvement to anyone watching your video content or attending your video conferences. If you watched this until the end, what did you think of my fancy captions? Did it get your attention? Did you find it distracting? Did you even notice? Thanks for watching.